What is going on today? What is going on today?
President Trump has, in the space of a few hours, twice urged countries, including the UK, to send warships to the key waterway of the Strait of Hormuz, which is
Wait. It's not even 1 week that Donald Trump told the Prime Minister of Britain, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, that they don't need his help anymore. That he doesn't want anybody who waits for the war to be won, who waits for the war to finish before he sends support. Now he is begging for support. But hang on. I thought America had the greatest army, the greatest military that could defeat Iran in a couple of days. They said it was going to take 5 days. They said it's going to take 1 week. Now it is what? 14 days. And they are now begging for the rest of the world to join them. By the way, nobody asked you guys to start this war. This war, you guys decided to go into this war because you guys cannot run your own country without Israel, without PM Netanyahu telling you guys what to do. Now you guys are asking for the UK to use the taxpayers' money and fund a war that they never asked for. We never asked for you guys to go and bomb Iran. You guys bombed Iran in the 12-day war that was 9 months ago. We did not ask you guys. You guys all of a sudden abandoned the negotiation that your negotiators actually were happy with the terms that the middleman had put together between America and Iran. But by the way, why is America the police of the world? Why is America always the one to tell other nations what to do? Nobody tells America what to do. Last time Donald Trump was trying to subvert the election that he lost. He was trying to steal the election. There is no country in the world who told America anything. So why? By the way, also, America, you guys have got nuclear weapons. Israel, that is the 52nd state of America, has got nuclear weapon, nuclear bomb. So you guys have got nuclear bombs, and then you guys do not want Iran to also have a nuclear bomb. Israel is next to Iran with a nuclear bomb. Israel is always shooting rockets into Iran. So why won't Iran also acquire a nuclear bomb? Oh, Iran has crazy Muslims. Oh, they are going to destroy the world. Which country in this world has ever used a nuclear bomb? Is it not America? Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And who is likely going to use a nuclear weapon, a nuclear bomb? It's going to be, because Donald Trump said the other day that in 1 hour, in 1 day, they can destroy Iran in a way that Iran will never be rebuilt. What is happening in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? The land is bad. The radioactive component from the atomic bomb is still livestock. Kids are born deformed. Most of the rivers in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, there are no life. The river cannot have any fish. Nothing can live in those places. People are still struggling because the radioactive stuff from the nuclear weapon is still around. And with Donald Trump, I keep saying this all the time. That button that has got the red color, whatever it is, that man, his fingers are itchy to press that red button, because maybe he just wants to press it and see what happens. This man is on his way out. This man says he's not going to go to heaven. This man can do, if you see the way he talks about this war, he says it's a little excursion. Children are being killed. Last time he said Iran was the one who shot a Tomahawk missile into its own school and killed 160 something children. Age was what, 5 to 10? The oldest must have been 10, and their teachers. And later on, when it was found out that Tomahawk, but everybody knew where the missile came from. And then Donald Trump all of a sudden said he doesn't know. How can a president of a country that is waging war against another country, an unprovoked war, have 160 something plus children killed, and then you say you don't know? Remember, anytime Mr. Donald Trump says I don't know that he's just trying to dodge. Donald Trump can talk about somebody when they are supporting him and say this person like me, because first of all, you always have to like him. For Donald Trump, as long as you say I like him, that is all. You can do whatever you want to do as long as you say I like him. And immediately you distance yourself from him. Either you not contradict him, or you kind of criticize him for doing something. Donald Trump is going to say, I don't know him. I don't know him. He will say, I like him, to I don't know him. I never met him. Even when they show him a picture of you two, he will say, a lot of people, I took pictures with a lot of people. I don't really know. I just took a picture. But as soon as you come back to support him, he will say, you are a very terrific somebody. You are a very terrific person. That is Donald Trump. That is Donald Trump for us. So now he's begging for the United Kingdom to come and support him.
To global shipping by Iran. Its foreign minister said the strait is closed for any ships linked to its enemies and their allies. It's meant that global oil prices have soared with no sign of let-up. There have been US-Israeli strikes on Iran's main export terminal for oil, Karg Island. President Trump said that US forces have totally obliterated every military target. Tonight, drones hit Kuwait International Airport's radar system, and there have been other attacks by Iran.
When did we hear about total obliteration in the 12-day war? When they told us that they have completely destroyed Iran's nuclear capabilities, that they've destroyed all the site is obliterated. But they came back and they told us that in 9 months, Iran has built all the site. In 9 months. Same thing they're telling us. They said 95% destroyed Iran's naval capability, all the ships, the missile launch part. They've completely destroyed everything. And they will surrender. Guys, Iran is the oldest civilization. Iran is not Venezuela. Iranians are tough. The Persians, if you know about Persia, they are tough. These guys have been waiting for this moment. These guys knew all along that because Israel wants to fight them. And look at even the distance between Israel and Iran. There is Iraq in between them. There is tiny Kuwait at the bottom. But Israel is launching missiles from Israel to Iran over Iraq. And Iran is doing the same. Why is Israel not attacking Iraq? Because Iraq is far more closer to Israel than Iran. Is it because Iran is big and a threat to Israel? Is it because Israel wants to dominate the Middle East? Because look at the distance. Look, there is Iraq in between. There's Iraq in between Israel and tiny Israel and gigantic Iran. But now Donald J. Trump is begging for other countries to join.
Iran on neighbouring countries, including on the US embassy in Iraq, on Saudi Arabia and Israel, which itself has struck targets in Lebanon. There have also been evacuation orders for parts of Doha in Qatar. And in the United Arab Emirates, one of the region's largest oil storage facilities was hit by Iranian drones. Our correspondent Nick Beek sent this report from Dubai.
Whoa.
The latest Iranian targets in America's sights, smashed from the skies. This is Harg Island, just off the coast of Iran, and the lifeblood of its economy. It looked like this in calmer times. 90% of Iran's oil exports pass through here, the vast majority of it going to China. The US says it's only hit military
This is when
targets,
China is going to join the war. This is the time that China is going to join the war. If Iran is selling majority of its oil to China, China is not just going to sit back and allow the United States and Israel to cause havoc in their economy. And also, Iran also supports Russia. Remember those, what's it called, Shahad drones that Iran was supplying to Russia, that Russia was using to fight Ukraine. That now the United States wants Ukraine to train them how to defend those Shahad drones. If America keeps striking this what's it called, this part of Iran, Kurd Island, that is when China is going to jump into this war. And once China officially jump into this war, that is World War III. We have to take this seriously. We have to be serious. We have to talk about this. It doesn't matter where you are, in Europe, in Africa, this is the beginning. This is the big. That is just how the Second World War started. It started slow in one country. The friend of a friend joins to support a friend. This friend joins to support a friend. This one joins to support. And all of a sudden, it was all over the world. So Mr. J. Trump is asking now for support. This is laughable. This is laughable.
We begin tonight with the U.S. and Israel's ongoing war with Iran, now entering its third week, and at this moment showing no end in sight. As of today, the death toll stands at more than 2,000, including at least 13 U.S. service members and hundreds of children across the region. This morning, U.S. Central Command confirmed they also struck more than 90 Iranian military targets on the island of Karg.
That is not good. That is not good.
All right, joining us, the reporter who did that interview, Sky News anchor and MS Now contributor, Wilfred Frost. Good to see you, Wilfred. Dubai-based correspondent Inzamam Rashid at the Strait of Hormuz, MS Now White House reporter Laura Lopez, and former CNN Pentagon correspondent Barbara Starr. Barbara, good to have you as well. Let's start with Inzamam. Tell me what's happening on the Strait as of right now.
Well, Katie, it's been a much quieter day today on the water behind me. Still many ships standing still, around 1,000.
And guess what Donald Trump told the guys, the ships? He told them to have some balls. He told them to have some balls. We are waiting for you, since you have balls, to send your own son to go and fight the Iranians. Since you have some balls. You are telling people to have balls. Something that they never even started, something that they don't even want, and you are now telling them to have some balls. Have some balls and send your son to go and enlist in the military, so you can send him to Iran to go and fight.
Remains critical. Up above today as well, we've heard fighter jets in the early hours of this morning. The last few moments or so, we've heard some loud bangs here as well on the very entrance of the Strait of Hormuz. And as I mentioned, there are still around 1,000 ships sat waiting, anchored down to head into this very strategic waterway. 200 of them, oil tankers, still struggling to get through. Currently, the only oil that is passing through the Strait of Hormuz is Iran's oil, going from the shores of Iran to China. And that's because effectively they have got control of these waters, and they've got control control of it militarily. We've seen that over the last few days because they've been targeting any tankers that try to pass through. We saw.
I've just seen a headline says it says MAGA civil war breaks out. So what is going on? Let's see what is going on.
It has obviously been a big part of Donald Trump's foreign policy to reanimate some of that isolationism, America first, that we've seen become his hallmark. It has gained him enormous traction with his base, but that base potentially is now split. Let's get some thoughts on how this will affect Donald Trump, his presidency, and the Republican Party, with two guests who know what they're talking about. Dr. Jan Halper, former consultant to Donald Trump's presidential transition
the whole
team,
of the
sits on
House
task force at the
and
Department
Congress,
of Defense,
the
and
Senate
Lee
and
Nelson
Congress,
joining me in Westminster, Republican commentator and founder of Nelson
it is in their
Advisors. Dr.
All they
Halper,
need to do
let's
is
start with
take
you.
it.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Let's just start with that quote. A year ago, we will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. What happened to that Donald Trump?
Well, he's still around because what he was saying is there'll be no new wars. And this has been a 47-year war. It is not. Yes, MAGA is split because people take things